Welcome to WTF, where I channel my grumpy old man opinions and truths unfiltered. We'll get to that right after this message from my sponsor of this video. Hey guys, I have a new sponsor. It's Fan Home. So about a year ago, I was contacted by a company that was creating a replica of my movie Skyline, the GTR. They asked me if I had any pictures, and I said, oh yes, I do. What do you need? We'd like to get those pictures. Okay, so I sent them everything. And when I learned that this car was going to be produced in 1/8 scale, I was super excited. Usually I only collect 1/18 scale cars, they're about this big. This car is about this big. At that scale, every detail is going to show. Even as a kid of 8 years old, I was already building models, starting with cars, and I got into airplanes, and now warships. The manufacturer was kind enough to send me the completed prototype. I was so impressed with the finished product. I immediately subscribed for myself. I didn't care if I get one free or whatever, I'm going to pay for it. The quality is amazing. It's made mostly of metal. Even the wheels are made from metal. They faithfully replicated the tiniest little details, things like the veil side, turbo, oil fill cap, the carbon Kevlar airbox from Group N, and the Nismo titanium strut tower bar, the massive StopTech brakes calipers, the aftermarket gauges that we put in the car. You can read the instrument cluster. All of the lights work, even the underglow from the movie. All the external lights work as they do in the real car. It even makes engine sounds. To get yours, you need to go to this website and sign up now. Don't wait. The first run is already sold out, but they just announced that they're going to take reservations for the second run. Don't wait. If you miss it, you're never going to get another chance. Every month, they're going to send the next stage delivered to your door with the instructions and everything, and every month, you'll get a package. So stop what you're doing and reserve your allocation now. Do it now, or you're going to miss out. Let's start with this. It's going to blow your mind. A patent application was filed by Ford, and it was titled Systems and Methods for Detecting Speeding Violations. That got my attention right away. The application was published by the United States Patent and Trademark Office on July 18th of 2024. Ford initially filed for the patent on January 12th, 2023. So basically, here's what: when an equipped automobile detects nearby vehicles traveling over the posted speed limit, it will use onboard cameras to capture an image of the driver of the speeding car. The equipped vehicle will then be able to send a report containing both the speed data and pictures of the speeding vehicle directly to law enforcement or roadside monitoring units. Car Scoops reported that authorities will also receive GPS location data. What? Ford said in his application that the surveillance vehicles would make law enforcement's a job easier because they won't have to get in their cars and chase people down. They could just send them a ticket. Probably going to be ruled unconstitutional. We'll see about that. Ford also added that some of the work could be delegated to self-driving vehicles, which could also be equipped to detect speeders too. What? We're in Nazi Germany now. What the Hey Ford, instead of ratting out your freaking customers, why don't you do something about the, 6 million recalls in 2023? Isn't Ford's slogan at Ford, quality is number one? Right now it feels more like at Ford, quality is not number one. Thanks. That's not going to be popular, I can tell you that for sure. Okay, let's move on. For you Fast and Furious fans, you're going to love this. A spin-off is coming at sometime soon, but with a twist. It's going to be mostly with the girls. With the girls? What kind of movie would that be? Imagine that Dom Toretto comes out of hiding to rescue the girls from curbing their wheels.
Whatever.
That'll be like 4 hours. Meanwhile, Jesse will be trying to hack all the girls' OnlyFans accounts. I could be right, I swear. Jokes aside, I would actually watch this. Seriously, there have been some fantastic females in the series. Gal Gadot, Devin Oki, Natalie Kelly, Brie Larson, Helen Mirren, Rhonda Rusi, Anna Sawaya, Chrissy Teigen, Amber Sienya, and one of my favorites, Sherry's Theron. I can't say her name. By the way, me and my wife ran into her in a cafe in Santa Monica in late 2023. She is just as pretty off screen as she is on screen, and she's a great actress. I hope the plot doesn't be the stereotype like the guys were coming to save the ladies. I think it should be the exact opposite. I would like that. Let the ladies rescue the men. Okay, moving on to important automotive news for the week. This week, we heard about Recaro filing bankruptcy and BBS declared insolvency. But let's be clear with these two companies. At this time, the bankruptcy for Recaro only applies to Recaro Automotive. The other divisions like aircraft, office chairs, gaming chairs, and baby seats are unaffected. It's not going to blow up, okay? So again, it's only the auto-related brand. Let's move on again. With the situation with BBS Wheels, the company had basically reported that they had stopped paying wages for May and June, and this apparently is the third time in the past 15 years. There were also bankruptcies in 2007 and 2011. The German group publication New Reifensung reported, overall, we are looking at 5 bankruptcies in 17 years and 2 in the past year, all of which speaks to a pattern. What is going on? This time, the reason for the financial difficulty because of steep increase in energy costs, which burdens energy-intensive production, and that's what's going on with BBS. You got to read between the lines. Why is the cost of energy going up so much? Oh no, I remember.
How dare you?
The woke countries around the world are buying into climate change, shutting down their oil supplies, their gas supplies. They don't want to turn on nuclear energy again. And beyond that, necessary price increases because of inflation for everything, manufacturing, raw materials, transportation, gas, all that kind of stuff. Those costs have to go to the customers, and they look at these wheels and they say, it's not worth it now. It's too much money for me. I can't buy the good wheels. I have to buy the reps. That's just the truth. I wish them both a speedy recovery. I'm sure they will bounce back at some point. Speaking of bankruptcy, Fisker has been on the brink of collapse for seemingly several months. Their problems go back to about 2014, as I recall. So now the inevitable has happened. Late on Monday, the troubled EV manufacturer filed for bankruptcy protection after they ran out of money. The company claimed that it has assets worth anywhere from about $500 million to $1 billion, but also liabilities $100 million to $500 million. According to the court filing in Delaware, where Fisker filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, the company estimates it has about 200 to 1,000 creditors. In a statement they released, they said, like other companies in the electric vehicle industry, we have faced various market conditions, macroeconomic headwinds that have impacted our ability to operate efficiently. After evaluating all options for our business, we determined that at this time, proceeding with the sale of our assets under Chapter 11 is the most viable path forward. But it's not really a surprise. I used to live down the street from one of their buildings. They have been teetering on disaster for at least a decade. Further, a recent study shows that almost 50% of current EV owners say they won't buy another EV ever. They're not going back. And worse yet, the economy is trash here like it is most around the world. However, the Fisker vehicles are relatively affordable, and you'd think that they would just fly off the shelf because they're about $35,000 for a well-equipped SUV. I'm confident that they can turn it around. Might take some time, but we'll see. Moving on. In other reports, we learned this week that the Z4 was coming to the end of its life, and so with the production ending supposedly in March of 2026, which obviously, if you close that down, so it makes sense that the Supra would probably end production at the same time, since the GR Supra is basically a fixed roof version of the Z4. The Supra is one of the last performance vehicles still offered with a manual transmission. How did we get here in just 10 years? Who are the p***s out there buying automatic sports car? Good God. And I'm not talking about you DCT guys or PDK guys. And last but not least, did you ever say to yourself, wow, all the people who drive this type of cars drive like a-holes. Is it really true, or is it just our opinion? Believe it or not, there was an actual scientific study last year. Here are the results. Ram drivers, you guys are the worst drivers in the entire country. Good for you. So overall, Ram ranked first for having the worst drivers after data showed that they were involved in more accidents, more DUIs, speedings, citations than any other brand from November 14th, 2022 through November 14th, 2023. Ram drivers were ranked first in 23 US states, with Massachusetts being the highest incidence. What are you guys doing with that thing? I've driven one of those things. Yes, they're kind of quick, but what are you doing, man? Mercury had the the best drivers overall, because people who drive Mercuries, they don't make it anymore. They're probably 85 years old and they're doing 50 miles on the freeway. So with the lowest rate of incidents per 1,000 drivers, Tesla drivers were involved in the most accidents. According to data, Tesla drivers were involved in 23.54 accidents per 1,000 drivers. Ram placed only second with 22.76 accidents for 1,000 drivers. And Subaru came in third with 20.9 accidents. BMW ranked first with the highest DUI rate of 3.1 with 1,000 drivers. Ram was ranked second with the 1.7, nearly half of BMW's rate. Tesla had the second worst drivers in the entire country with 31.1 driving incidents per 1,000 drivers. The brand was carried by that high number of accidents per 1,000 drivers. That's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Take care.